So, starting out with the seat on and in the reversed facing, you want to make sure that the front wheels are locked, the swivel locks are engaged, and you want to apply the brakes. The seat needs to be aiming downwards in this position, like this. Put back the canopy. Then what you're going to want to do is up here on the handle, you have your main button that adjusts the height of the handle. Underneath is an unlocking button. So you're going to depress both buttons, and then you're going to push it all the way in. You have to use a little bit of force. Then you're going to allow the handle to drop down. You can grab the back of the seat frame and fold it in, and it'll fold right into its one-piece standing fold. In order to fold this up again, we're just going to lift up, flip everything out, and they'll lock back in place, the chassis will. And you can adjust your seat as you like and your handle. In order to get that handle back up, by the way, when it's in that lowest position, you do have to depress both buttons to begin with, get it up above a certain point, and then you just need the one button to adjust height. With the seat facing forwards, you want the seat in its most upright position. You put back the canopy. Swivel locks are still locked, brakes are applied, and we're going to do this the same way. Depress both buttons, give it a little bit of a slam, it'll unlock, and then you can lower down that seat frame, lift up on that seat frame, and rock the front end in, and it'll go straight into its one-piece standing fold. Again, to put it up again, we're just going to lift it up and allow the chassis to lock back into its correct place. Depress both buttons to get control of that handle height, lift it up past that point, and then you can choose as you like how high you want it. In order to remove elements, in order to get this as small as possible, I'm going to put back the canopy. You can, of course, take your bumper bar off. It's just those buttons on the inside of the bumper bar. And remove the seat frame by pressing in those two memory buttons. And then we can remove the wheels from the chassis in order to get it a little bit smaller. So there's a button here on the inside facing of the rear frame. Remove both rear wheels. Then for the front wheels, the button to remove them is right here on the front of the front frame. So to press it and they'll slide right out. Then we can fold down the chassis the same way. So to press both buttons, press it in until it unlocks, let the handle fall down, and the chassis will fold down naturally a lot smaller. When it comes to the seat frame, you fold this portion in, and then here under the seat frame are these mechanical elements that lock the seat into its like upright or open position. And if you press in on the baseboard, you'll unlock this point here, and that allows you to fold the whole seat frame flat. And now, in case you are packing the trunk to go on holiday and space is a bit of an issue, you can get all your elements together and they'll take up a lot less space than if you were to just use that one-piece fold. Folding down the stroller with the bassinet, in order to get that one-piece fold, you again have to have the swivel locks locked and the brakes applied. You want to push back your canopy and you want to grab that positional adjustment trigger and pull the bassinet down into this angled position so that it lines up with the handle. Then, just as before, we're going to depress both of those buttons on the handle, press it all the way in, and allow that handle to go down to the ground. You're going to grab the back of the bassinet and flip up, and it will flip straight into its one-piece standing fold. To fold it up again, I'm just going to lift it until it all locks into place, and then pull that bassinet up into a flat position again. To fold the bassinet down as flat as possible, we're going to put back that canopy, remove the bumper bar with those two buttons on the inside, and then there are these struts in the front and back. And what you're going to want to do is to slide them so that they unlock along that track and pop off. So there's one, here's the other one. Then we can take that foot assembly, fold it forwards, and now the whole thing is loose. And you can just remove the struts if you like. So with the seat facing forwards, what you're going to want to do is to rotate the wheels so they face forwards, apply the brakes, and then the two buttons on the handle, the slider and the main button, pull over the slider with your thumb, pull in on the main button, lift the whole thing up, the seat will fall by itself, and lower down the handle. Now it's in its standing fold. In order to put this back up again, you're gonna pull over that safety slider, pull in on that button, lift it up, fold the seat, stroller out, pull up the seat, and you're good to go. I'm gonna reverse the seat and show you with it reversed. So in order to reverse the seat, you're just gonna lift up on the baseboard and leg rest and pull in on that little button on the back till you find the right position. And you can flip it around, slide it back into place. So again, wheels facing forwards, brakes activated, pushing back that canopy, and then we're gonna do the same thing with the handle. Slider over, main button, lift up, the seat will fold down by itself, and you can slide down that button to the standing fold. And unfolding is again the same way. So 2 buttons, pull it out, till it clicks, and then just pull the seat out. With the bassinet attached, you're again going to want to have those front wheels facing forwards, the brakes down. You're going to need to fold back that canopy. And then with the handle lowered down to the fold line, we're going to use both of these buttons, holding over the slider, pulling in on the main button. And you want to do this in a quick snap if you want that bassinet to fold down on its own when you pull this handle up. See, quick snap, and it folds down by itself, and then you can lower down the handle, and you have a standing fold. Now, if you don't do that with enough force, you just lift it, and it doesn't fold down automatically, you can pull up on this handle, and it'll fold down the bassinet for you. To pull it up again, both buttons on the handle, lift up the handle, fold it out, pull up on the handle, and it pulls back upright. In order to fold this thing down as small as possible so that you can pack it tightly in a trunk, we want to remove the bassinet. On the bassinet, there are memory buttons on either side. So press them in, use the handle to lift it off. And then we can fold down the chassis in the same way we would have done without the bassinet. So both buttons, up, down. To fold down the bassinet flatter without it being attached to the chassis, you can just put back the canopy, fold in the sun flap. We can remove the bumper bar, 2 buttons on either side. And then if you look in right here, you'll see a little white button. So this is how the stroller presses in on this when it folds it flat. You just press in both of those and then push in from this side. It'll fold down flat. When it comes to the seat, you just want to lift up on the lower part and it folds in half nicely. And you get a pretty compact package for packing in the trunk. So in order to fold it down, it's a little bit easier if you apply the brakes. And then on the handle here, on the bottom, is a safety button. And on the underside is a main activation button. So if you press in on the safety button with your thumb, and then just pull in on that main button. You don't have to worry about the canopy or any of that. Then you can just press it down and it will click into place. Now, if you have the leg rest extended, the leg rest does double as a handle. It's built quite strong in order to be used that way. So you can carry it like this. Otherwise, you can fold in the handle. And then down here in the shopping basket, you can find a shoulder strap, which allows you to then sling it from your shoulder as you're traveling. In order to fold this model up again, you just want to again grab that safety button, pull in on that main button, and the whole thing will flip up, and then you just click to put it all the way upright. If you have a little bit of trouble getting these buttons to activate as you're folding up, it's just a matter of having this at the correct angle when it's down. So if you feel like it doesn't click right away, your hands can kind of find the right position. It has to be pressed forward enough. Then it will click in place. You can snap it upright, adjust the canopy, and so on. So before folding this model, it is easier if you lock the front swivel wheels as well as apply the brake. It's not absolutely necessary, but it will make things go smoother. When you have the seat then facing forwards, you want to pull the canopy back, and you want to adjust the seating position so that it's roughly parallel with the bars, the arms. You can put down your handle. And then there are these 2 levers on either side here. A white lever with a safety button in the middle. Now with the B6, these are memory buttons or memory levers, which means that you don't have to do them at the same time. This is to enable a one-hand fold. So you're just going to press in on that safety button, pull up on that trigger, and it will release one side. Then you can do the other. And then the whole model will fold together like this. And then again on the B6, not on earlier models, but they have this little protruding bit here that makes for an easy standing fold. In order then to fold it upright again, you're just going to take your foot and press it here onto the rear frame and then pull it down until you can feel that it's clicked into place on either side. Then you can pull back up your handle and adjust your seat to whatever position you like. Just that white trigger on the back again. And just pull your bumper bar down into place. To reverse the seat or to remove the seat, if you want the seat unit separate from the chassis for your folding, you're just going to put back your canopy, pull in on that lever, and then pull it all the way forwards. And this will allow you to just lift off the seat unit once it's far enough forwards. Then you can turn it around, slot it into place again, pull up on that trigger, and then find the position you would like. Pull your bumper bar back into place. In order then to fold it with the seat in the reversed position, we're going to again push back our canopy, pull our seat forwards, and we're again looking for that point at which it's as parallel as it's going to get with those arms. Yeah? Then we can put down our handle and then pull up on these triggers individually and allow the whole thing to fold together and then up into our standing fold. In order to put it up again then, it's the same process as before. You're just going to get your foot in there, press down on that rear frame until it clicks into place. And you can readjust your handle, pop back your seat, readjust your bumper bar, and so on. The chassis can of course be folded without the seat unit as well, and this might be useful if you're packing it into a car for a long journey and you need every square inch. So, same way as you would do it with the seat, you just don't have to worry about the orientation of the seat. You can pack it down, small as it is, and slot your seat in or however it is necessary for your packing. You're going to want to do two things before you do any of these folds. So you're going to want to lock these front wheels with the wheels facing outwards. Just push down on those two levers there, and then twist your stroller until those wheels find their locking place. And then you're going to want to apply the brake. So then in order to achieve the one-piece standing fold with the seat in the reversed position, you're going to fold back your canopy. And you're going to grab that adjustment lever and pull your seat all the way back till the feet are facing skywards. Then you can lower down your handle, clip it in place, and then pull up on the levers here. So there's a little black safety button there on both sides. Press in, pull it down, drop the handle, and you can pull it up by the central bar, and you just want to give that front frame a push. And there you go. In order to unfold it then, you're going to need to press in on the safeties, pull up on those triggers again, and then flip back up into place, pull up on your handle, and readjust the seat. Now this can be done both in the mono version as well as the twin version. Of course, how useful that is to you is going to depend a bit on trunk space or hallway space if you're just storing it at home. And then you're going to want to find this position. Yeah, the seat, it's one of the recline positions. Pull down your handle, pull up on those triggers, drop the handle, and again, give a little press in on the front frame, and you have your self-standing fold. Just push back your canopy. And you're going to want to use that adjustment trigger to pop it down to that angle where the head is angled downwards. And we can lower our handle to some extent. And then pull up on those triggers again and push in the front frame. It's large, especially if you have two bassinets, but it is useful, and if you have a large SUV or something, then it shouldn't be too much of a problem, right?